Hello YouTube. Sorry about my first blog. I was very tired. It was like midnight, so I didn't talk very much. Anyway, um, today is my second blog. I'm gonna be talking about Assassin's Creed 3, Aliens vs Predator, and Conker. So let's get off with Assassin's Creed 3 first. So this game was everybody was loving this game. I mean, just saying how much better it was than the first, and all that. And I loved the first one, and to hear so many people saying how amazing this game was, I was hyped up for this, like, so bad. And I finally got it for Christmas, just like I did with the last one, and I did not like it nearly as much as everybody else. I thought the game felt linear. I thought it felt easy. And there was not as much to the missions as there was before. Before, there was a lot of structure to the missions. You'd have to pickpocket, eavesdrop, kill, beat up to get this information on your next target. Altair would study his targets for a long period of time. I also liked how the characters looked real. The character models looked pretty good. In this game, it looks like everybody was overdosed on Botox. I'm serious. I had a real problem with that. Anyway, graphically the game is amazing. Gameplay-wise, not that much. Missions, not that much either. It felt very linear. Cities weren't that big. They were little snippets. You're saying, well, they had a lot of cities. Well, you know what? That's fine. But only have a lot of cities if you can have a big open world environment to them. So I was just fine before when there's 3 cities in the kingdom. I was fine with that. Their game. Next thing. Assassin's Creed 3 is supposed to be hitting stores in 2011. Starring Altair, Ezio, again, my least favorite assassin out of every assassin that's ever been. But the interesting thing is it's going to have 16-player multiplayer, which has just already sold the game for me. I'm going to buy that for the multiplayer. Because let me tell you, I will not pay $60 for a single-player experience like this one. Okay? This game was disappointing for me. Great story, though. I wish the gameplay could have been better. It just feels very, very easy. And they really made it a lot more complicated. Anyway. Next thing is Aliens vs Predator. I held off on pre-ordering this game for a very long time because I'm a huge Aliens vs Predator fan. And so, if you know the games, you know that in the last 10 years there's been 2 games released. One for PC and another one for the PlayStation 2 and Xbox original. The one on PlayStation 2 was not that great. It was basically a real-time strategy game. It was alright. It actually had some pretty good artwork and it had a lot of missions. Just in the end, it really wasn't all that great. And as for the slipped out of my... Oh yeah, there was also the Predator game, which I was surprised that got released. So I guess if you want to count actual Aliens vs Predator games, there was 2. But if you want to count the actual characters, I guess there was 3. Actual release for the console or PC, because AVP 2 was technically released in 2000 or 2001, something like that. And that was for the PC. But Predator Concrete Jungle, I haven't gotten around to playing that still. I don't know why. I want to go check it out, especially since Predator's my favorite character. I'm shocked I still haven't picked it up. I've been looking for it for a while, just never been able to pick it up. Anyway, so Alien Colonial Marines was canceled twice. So, for me, I was just thinking this game was either never going to happen, or, it was just going to fade away. People would forget about it. Or it would just suck. And, it doesn't look like it's going to suck. Not at all does it look like it's gonna suck. And I'm pretty hyped up for it, actually. And Bioshock 2 is on Wednesday. And also, when Duke Nukem comes out, we'll see another Conker game. That reminds me, that's the next game I want to talk about, just to get my N64 case real quick. Conker's Bad Fur Day. As you may know, I'm doing a walkthrough on it. It's been slowed down recently, because I used to have some boxes right there. That's how I was recording my TV. And I do have a capture card. I'll show you to you, or at least where the room is, where it is, and, well, I can't find it. I just moved to Colorado, so I'm still looking for it. So basically, we got this room over there, and it is filled with boxes literally to the ceiling. And in one of those boxes, somewhere, is my my Pinnacle capture card. Anyway, back to Conker's Bad Fur Day. This game is amazing, and I was really just wanting to talk about this very badly because I still think it's a very good pickup. If you don't have the N64, I still recommend the Xbox original version. It's got some great multiplayer, and that's the closest I think we're ever going to see to a sequel, because technically it does have a sequel in it. The multiplayer actually has its own plot. It takes, so in the Total War section, it's basically that, but a little bit more detailed. Yeah, that's the best way to describe it. And it's, yeah. Anyway, this game was supposed to be basically by the same developers who made Banjo-Kazooie and GoldenEye. It was basically supposed to be another Banjo-Kazooie game, basically. Because Rareware had already tried to make their own version of Donkey Kong at 64, and they called it Banjo-Kazooie. And Rareware did make Donkey Kong 64, I know. Just they were trying to make their own character based off that kind of stuff. So, back to Conker. Conker was, like I said, it's supposed to be a family character. In fact, this is actually this is the second Conker game in the series, believe it or not. There was actually a game before this on Game Boy Advance, and it was not Game Boy Advance, sorry. I don't know, it's just I'm a little wacky today. My Game Boy Color, I believe. And it was rated E, of course. Conker was also in another E-rated game maybe you've heard of. Diddy Kong 64? Yeah, he was in there. But around the time of 1998 or 99, one of the developers just got this idea after watching an episode of South Park and saying, why don't we make this into a game? But let's make it based off our new character, Conker. And that's how Conker's Bad Fur Day came to be. South Park inspired all. Another thing, this is also the box, if you may have noticed, of course. And I just wanted to also comment once again on the N64. Beautiful way of always keeping this style of box art. Because there really is no other game console that does it. Sure, now game companies, the farthest they go to is keeping their boxes all one color. The only game company so far to change the boxes is Sony. And just to let you know, Sony, your new PS3 game boxes are retarded. Very retarded. So, Sony, if you could do me a huge favor, stop making your retarded covers and go back to the old way. Thanks, and see you next time.